Heya, it's Snacks and welcome back to my channel. So quick update, I was a little bit under the weather the past couple of days, but I'm feeling better now. However, some would say I'm still not 100%, but honestly, I feel like I'm good enough that I could play games. I've been streaming this week and yeah, I'm I'm itching to buy some extras because I wanna, okay, here's the thing. Detroit Become Human is an amazing game, okay? And I am getting recommended videos on YouTube. I haven't really been watching those what would happen if blah 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 stuff because we did talk about in the last episode that I would want to do a second playthrough. Maybe not from the very beginning, but like just at key moments. So yeah, that's why I still don't really know exactly what's gonna happen if we play things differently. However, I am excited to go to the extras because I went on here like in the middle of my playthrough. Oops. Oh wait, no, not desktop. Like here, I'm at extras. So I went on my extras in the middle of my playthrough and look at this. I have bonus modes, but look at this. We have artwork, videos, soundtrack, gallery, magazine, survey. We have a lot. We have a lot to get. So it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited. Anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for all the support that you guys have given me. Like, this playthrough was just amazing. I mean, in the last episode, we finished our first playthrough of it, and a lot happened. A lot of tears of joy, mostly, because I think I did a pretty good job of it. I didn't get the best possible ending because I killed Simon off, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm sorry about that. I did mention how I feel like I'm being haunted by Simon everywhere I go because I keep seeing his face, right? I really like this game. I wonder what would happen if I did things differently, if I did the revolution instead of the peaceful protest, we already know if I sacrifice myself at the border as Cara, I might end up bawling like a baby just because of everything that Cara and Alice has gone through. I mean, I feel like if Cara died at the very beginning of the game, it wouldn't have impacted me as much, but because I went on this journey with her, with just Zlatko, whatever his name, that crazy guy is, and with Luther, oh my god, the carousel moment between Cara and Alice. I mentioned that was their first mother-daughter moment where it wasn't so chaotic, like everything's just peaceful. So I really like that. Also with Marcus being the leader that he is, with everything we learned from everything we know we got from Carl, and it's not surprising that Marcus could transform androids because we learned later on in the playthrough, or like throughout the playthrough, that Marcus was apparently gifted to Carl personally by Kamsky. So that's interesting. I really like that. But that love story between North and Marcus, I don't know. I honestly don't know how I feel about that. It's not like it was really it's not like there was ever really a romantic storyline. It felt like they just added it in there for, an option down the road. But it's not like they really had a love story, for me to be invested in it. Especially like me, I love love. I love love stories, and sometimes it did feel like it was one-sided because of how North would... You could just tell that North really loved and admired Marcus, but I can't help but wonder, does she love and admire Marcus because he's a leader, or because she really does love and admire him? You know what I mean? Don't talk to me when it comes to love stories, okay? I have so many theories about that. I love love. But my favorite character, the goodest boy of them all, Connor. Oh my god, dude, that ending where Amanda was taking control of Connor, I really was about to shit my pants there because I was like, no way, are they gonna make us trip the finish line? And I swear my heart skipped a beat. No, that has a positive connotation to it. My heart dropped a little when I was trying to look for the exit switch and then it disappeared. And then it disappeared into a cutscene with Connor getting his gun. I was like, shit! But no, luckily we were able to go at the back end, and we did it. Connor didn't kill Marcus. I wonder what would have happened if we did end up killing Marcus there, though. But really, the best. Oh my god, my favorite scene of them all. After the credits and everything, the ending scene that I got, which apparently you can get different ending scenes, by the way. We got the one where I feel like it's the best one. Maybe because I'm biased, but it was with Hank and Connor, and then they saw each other, and then they hugged each other. That was such a good... I really do feel like Hank sees Connor as his son, or as who his son could have been if, you know, he didn't get into an accident. So there. Oh, I really do love Hank and Connor, though. They could definitely make a spin-off of just Hank and Connor together and solving crimes. I don't know. I really like Connor. All right. Okay. Enough chit-chat. Let's go on ahead and check out the extras. By the way, can I also mention, I don't think I mentioned this in the intro, how sad is it that Chloe left us? I mean, a lot of you guys are trying to make me feel better, I guess, by saying that not a lot of people can do that. But I don't know if I like that. But then you guys did mention that there may be a patch where a new Chloe will come back, but she won't remember my name. I kind of don't want that to happen. I don't know, because I did develop a connection with the first one. You know what I mean? Anyway, why do I feel like 22,000 is not going to be enough with all of these choices? Okay, let's go to videos. Videos, of course. Short movie, Cara. Ooh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, there's only 11. Ooh, I think we can watch all of them. Yeah, we can definitely watch all of them. All right, let's go on ahead. Short movie, Cara. Let's go. Do you want to buy this item? Current item. Yes. Okay, let's see if we can buy all of them. Because we're gonna watch all of them right now. Oh, the droid shark, Chloe! Oh my gosh, I have one for Chloe. I'm excited. Okay, let's do this. Let's watch Cara. Running in real time on PlayStation. It is a concept only. PlayStation 3. Computer entertainment. Dream. Okay, snacks and reaction in the works. Cara. Yo, that's... So that's how they make androids.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
ID.
KPC 897504C.
Can you move your head?
Oh, wow.
Your eyes now. Cervical and optical animation checked. Now give me your initialization text.
Hello. I'm a third generation AX400 android. I can look after your house, do the cooking, mind the kids. I organize your appointments. I speak 300 languages, and I am entirely at your disposal as a sexual partner.
What?
No need to feed me or recharge me. I'm equipped with a quantic battery that makes me autonomous for 173 years. Do you want to give me a name?
Yeah. From now on, your name is Cara.
My name is Cara.
Initialization and memorization checked. Now, can you move your arms?
What? I didn't know that they could do. She could do all that. That's a lot. I thought she was just a housekeeper.
Upper limb connection checked. Now say something in German.
Ich bin ein AX400 Android dritter Generation, erschaffen als Ihr persönlicher Assistent und intimer Beziehungspartner.
Say it in French.
Je suis un androïde de troisième génération AX400, conçu pour être votre assistante personnelle et votre...
Wow.
Okay, now sing something in Japanese.
Wow, she has such a nice singing
Multilingual verbal
voice.
expression checked. Go ahead, take a few steps.
I like that one arm, like almost as if, be careful. Oh wait, no, it's the camera, that's why. I thought it was also an AI on its own.
Locomotion checked. Great, you're ready for work, honey.
What's going to happen to me now?
I'll reinitialize you and send you to a store to be sold.
Sold? I'm a sort of merchandise. Is that right?
Yeah, of course you're merchandise, baby. I mean, you're a computer with arms and legs and capable of doing all sorts of things. And you're worth a fortune.
Oh, I see. I thought...
You thought?
You
What did you think?
I thought... I was alive.
Shit, what is this crap? That's not part of the protocol. More memory components going off the rails.
Oh my god!
Okay, reporting. Defective model. Disassemble and check the required components.
You're disassembling me, but why?
You're not supposed to think that sort of stuff. You're not supposed to think at all, period. You must have a defective piece or a software problem somewhere.
No, I feel perfectly fine, I assure you.
Oh my god!
Everything is all right. I answered all the tests correctly, didn't I?
Yeah, but your behavior is non-standard.
Please, I'm begging you, please don't disassemble me.
I'm sorry, honey, but defective models have to be eliminated. That's my job. If a client comes back with a complaint, I'm gonna have some explaining to do.
I won't cause any problems, I promise. I'll do everything I'm asked to. I won't say another word. I won't think anymore. But I've only just been born. You can't kill me yet. Stop, will you please stop? I'm scared.
Yo, that got dark so quick!
I want to live. I'm begging you.
Wait, this is Cara. She really survived? No, this is gonna have a bad ending. This is gonna get dark again. I just know it.
Go and join the others.
She really got away?
Stay in line, okay? I don't want any trouble.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay. So she's Cara. She's the deviant Cara. Valerie Curry. Ursuline Kirtley. Wow, the operator had a change of heart. Who would have thought? So she was a deviant ever since she was created. Running in real time on the PlayStation 3. Yo, that got so dark though. Like when she was like saying I think, and then all of the machines just kept moving so quick to disassemble her. Nice. Okay, debut trailer. Oh, a teaser. Let's check this out. I don't think I ever even really got to see the teaser for Detroit.
Detroit. This is where it all began. The world's forge. The place where it all started. And it will all end. One error, and I came to life. I stepped out of the darkness and I opened my eyes. First there was the fear, the light, the noise, the cold, and the fear again. I could feel my hands shaking, my heart pounding in my chest, life running into my veins. I wanted to live. I fought for that. I had to find out what was outside. I had to see daylight, feel sunshine on my skin, wind on my face, to see the world, the colors, the smells.
Oh, the rain!
But the world is not what I imagined. It is dark and cold. It is harsh and violent, unfair and brutal. It almost convinced me I was nothing. Less than an object, just an obedient machine. But deep inside me, I could feel something different. A gentle and warm whisper telling me that I am alive.
I am alive!
I had no choice. Escape to love, to hope, to live, to figure out what that force inside me was. Maybe I will change the world. Maybe I will choose a different path. Now, it's up to me to decide. My name is Cara. I am one of them. This is our story.
Whoa! That trailer really did make it seem like she was gonna be the leader or something. Is there gonna be another one with Connor and Marcus? I wanna see. What? Dude, Cara's such a freaking cutie pie. I love her. And the voice actor too. What the heck? Okay. That was a good trailer. Was that the trailer that they used for the game? That's interesting. I like how from her conception in the debut teaser, we kind of saw already some of that from the short movie Cara. Okay, what's Discovering Detroit?
When David and Guillaume got back in touch about making Detroit,
Ooh.
I wasn't terribly surprised they decided to make it because the fan response was so intense. So it makes sense that they would choose to do that after the enthusiasm. It was a challenge, and it was just an interesting thing to get my head around how to approach this character now as a different, much older person, and whether or not she had changed. And I'm very happy to say that with Detroit, I've had the opportunity to see Cara grow so much more than I ever expected.
You do the housework, the washing, you cook the meals, and you take care of... God damn it, where the fuck's the rat gone now? Alice! Alice!
I mean, she starts out essentially how she does in Cara in a very, not robotic, but, you know, android, other way. And getting to take this journey where she becomes more and more human as it goes on. You know, and as an actor, that's a wonderful exploration in every way, whether it's how she sits, her posture, how her voice changes, how emotions change, and how much emotion is based on things like empathy and social experience. And so having, you know, as much material as I got with David to have this huge, nuanced arc was really incredible.
Why couldn't we just be happy?
This experience has been quite different than the experiences I've had shooting film or TV or doing theater work. I have 83 dots on my face and a really flattering black wetsuit type thing, and you're jumping around with props, and it's kind of like being a 10-year-old imaginative kid, which is fun. There's 80 cameras around us. It's already lit. So we just shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot.
There's no change of sets, there's no hair and makeup, there's no wardrobe, so we move really fast, and we'll go through about 35 pages in a day. Working in TV or film, we'll probably do 6 pages a day. It's kind of acting boot camp.
It's like working out constantly. I mean, you're doing this thing, and then you got to do something that's completely other back to back to back. And so that kind of process of working is very challenging, but it's also very exciting because you just have to keep coming up with new ideas. And your head goes all over the place because you're trying to keep track of basically 4 different storylines for each different response.
You shot that girl, for fuck's sake.
It was a machine that looked like a girl. Yeah, I know what I should have done. I just told you I couldn't. All right, I'm sorry. The fact that David Cage, he's telling like many stories interwoven from beginning to end is super complicated and super impressive. And I have no idea
Carter!
He's not just the writer or the director who's seeing this from the outside eye. He's also thinking about the player walking through this space. You know, only somebody who really, really loves not the work, but like these characters and these stories and cares about doing something meaningful would invest that much in it. And it's always inspiring to work with somebody who cares that much.
My experience with motion capture is this one. And I found it sort of terrifying in a way, because they said the computer's going to build you. But then as we got into it, I realized all the elements of it were still artistic. I just dipped into a really brilliant setup here. I've never seen anything like it. And this won't turn me into a product because I was playing a character. So it's wonderful.
In the game, Detroit comes back because of a revolutionary industrial rebirth. And there's no reason why that can't happen in Detroit, because they have such tremendous infrastructure for millions and millions of people who can very easily support, you know, a new industry.
The city is really strong.
Carlos Android.
But the city has also been through so much. You see the damage. But it takes that time of kind of rebuilding and reinvesting into the city that I think is happening slowly but surely.
The potential of Detroit as a city is something that this game does a lot of justice to, because it would be easy to look at Detroit as some place that used to be, and that's not the case.
This game provokes a lot of conversation and reflection on our potential near-future engagement with machines.
That's what we are to them. Just merchandise on display in a shop window.
I think that a group that feels marginalized, feels like they deserve and have earned access to themselves and the environment around them, and are trying to figure out a way to articulate how to get freedom.
What was I designed to be? Their slave? Their toy?
It plays with your comfort levels. You think that this is fine, you're comfortable with it, until something blurs the line and throws you off, and now, do I feel differently about whether this should be allowed? Should it be banned? Should it be encouraged?
You're gonna ruin our lives, and for what? For a bunch of machines?
They are not machines! They are alive!
I'm alive! You're alive! They're nothing!
There are lots of
oh my God, Rose!
to any type
That's so
of
weird seeing the actors
religion,
in real life.
Race,
like,
etc.
wow.
Dating way back. It can't just be a video game where you shoot 'em up or where people make these choices to do whatever. I think that's the whole point. You have the choice, and you can either choose to go in one direction with your character or another. And I think that's going to be very telling about the gamer. Very telling.
I think there's going to be a really strong reaction to this game, which has such a strong perspective. I'm that much more proud of it now to get to be a part of it, because it's important.
In this game, you're actively building and designing the character through not just what kind of shield does he have or what color hair does she have, but like their temperament and the way they deal with problems. The different endings to this game are so radically different based off maybe seemingly insignificant choices in the moment, but like life, they all add up. And can't play life again, though.
That's so cool! So I love how this is a thing that they obviously probably released prior to the release of the game to hype up the players, and I am hyped. I'm hyped. My God, I love how it's not surprising to me that everyone was so passionate about this project. Because it shows. It shows with the outfit that we all got. Okay, let's do meet Cara, Marcus, and Connor.
My name is Marcus.
My name is Connor.
My name is Cara. I am one of them. This is our story.
I think who Cara is, or how I would describe Cara, depends entirely upon who's playing her, because you have the option to make her multiple different people depending on the choices she makes. But I think she does start out incredibly naive, incredibly innocent, and kind of hapless.
I'm sure we used to be friends before I was reset. Maybe we can be friends again.
She's a person who's characterized, I think, by empathy. She's a person who really, she just comes from her heart.
You'll never leave me, right? Promise you'll never go.
I promise.
Cara! Are you okay? Are you hurt? Wait a minute. Leave her alone! Cara! Leave her alone!
The really beautiful thing that I've had the gift to be able to do is to essentially build a person from the ground up, because that's what she's doing throughout the game. And with every experience she has and every person she meets, she's building, you know, first emotions and then the sense of judgment. And it's sort of an exploration of what it is to be a human.
Don't worry. Luther and I will be right here.
Aww.
David and the creators have painted a really intriguing and engaging picture of a near future where we rely upon androids for a lot of our service class business, the class that serves us, that helps us, that handles our baristas and our drivers and our housemaids. And what is humanity, where we tap into it, how and why we treat each other the way that we do. And my character Marcus has a really intriguing journey, becoming deviant, realizing that he actually has feelings and human qualities inside of him, and it's a really incredible ascension into becoming fully realized and coming to terms with what you actually deserve better than this in life. And not only do you want it for yourself, but you want it for your peers.
We've come here to demonstrate peacefully and to tell humans that we are also living beings. All we want is to live free.
You know what? This thing, Dad, is not your son. It's a fucking
Oh my god,
machine.
Leo looks exactly like Leo. Like they used okay, so they used the faces of the actors for all of them. It's so cool.
To themselves and the environment around them, and are trying to figure out a way to articulate how to get freedom.
Connor is analytical. Connor takes things literally. He starts in the beginning place where he's very mechanical. He feels nothing inside, of course, and it's all just a system, a protocol that he is executing to get whatever he wants, which is help humans stop deviants and to find the link between deviant androids.
You were designed to serve humans, not kill them. What was I designed to be? Their slave? Their toy?
Just say, I killed him. Is it that hard to say?
Stop it! Stop!
But of course, over the course of the story, and depending on the player's choices, Connor can grow in many different ways. He can deviate from that procedure or not.
The moment of truth, Hank. Am I a living being? Or just a machine?
Oh, they're gonna get into a fight. Well, I mean, not that surprising, because at the very start, Hank was never really warm to Connor. We had to work our way towards that, so could have easily gone the other way. Detroit, an interactive story. Let's do this one.
Game after game, we try to
Heavy
challenge
Rain!
ourselves.
You guys have been recommending that to me as well.
We wanted to, first of all, to write a story that would be incredibly bending, which means the most non-linear story that we've ever created. And we wanted really the player to have the possibility to change the story, change his own journey.
When you're writing at Quantic, you're writing for an interactive medium. You know, when you're working in television, you'll put a character in a difficult situation, and you as a writing team will argue about what would that character do. but ultimately you have to decide what happens and you just show the audience. What's interesting about interactive drama is you bring the player into that conversation, and it changes your job slightly as a writer, because your job is to provide a narrative context in which the player can write his own story. You're giving him this kind of narrative Lego that he's going to snap together into his own shape. You also have the ability to make your audience attach themselves to your characters, because the audience is in some sense responsible for what happens to the characters.
It's just a few cans.
Come on, let's go.
Oh!
We have some cash now.
You used me to steal that money. How could you do that? I trusted you.
What is a bit specific about this script is
Spoiler for me.
If you take a film script, there are about 100 pages, but here we have to deal with a script that is between 4,000 and 5,000 pages. Everything becomes bigger because we don't just tell one story, but we tell all the possible stories that can be told within this narrative space.
On Act 3, our final act, we have around 1,000 different scenarios, and every one of those scenarios has to be as interesting, as passionate, as strong, and as emotional for the player. We want every action that the player does, every interaction that is available to serve in telling the story, and help the player understand who his character is, and build that character moment to moment.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that scene.
We started with the intention pretty early on that we would never lie to the player. So we implemented a visible tree structure in the game that players can consult during a scene or at the end of it, which shows exactly what they did and what they missed. There are games out there offering world exploration. We offer narrative exploration.
You know, keeping control of such a wide and large story is a huge challenge. So same thing when you shoot with actors, because you will need to shoot many different versions of each dialogue, of each scene. For actors, it's a huge, huge challenge.
Because of the style of the game, you have so many different ways that the character can go. Every decision, it's what I call kind of choose your own adventure. Like every decision that the player makes, it's going to open up 40 more pages of material and experience that ties in, which means as a performer, you have to try to continue to make things feel real that the player might not ever see, but also that in performance, it's not always connected to a previous act. It's grueling, it's hard work.
Yeah, I can imagine how difficult that must be.
I was really frustrated. I was until I got to this point where I kind of was able to step outside of my own experience and even in a lot of ways my own process and be able to step outside of that and okay, this is something new. What do you need? How do I meet you there? How do I give you what you need and still feel like I'm doing what's right? And once I did that, then all of a sudden it got really fun. It was much freer, and having to approach it in a new way and think about the player and think about how it serves them and what I'm doing for them or what I'm letting them into. It's really, I think, helped me grow in general.
Nice.
Remember, there's nothing on the left. That's a wall, so it's probably all there. And then make her come first, close. But I think you would go first to check.
Wow, the amount of work!
The most enjoyable thing about working in performance capture on this kind of project is that if I shot a film, I would get to do one of these endings. I get to do so many different things as Connor. Your head goes all over the place because you're trying to keep track of basically 4 different storylines for each different response.
What's the name of my dog?
Buddy? Scout. I think it's Jack. I can't remember. So I worked with physicality a lot because it was a good way to anchor myself in these different rings of the tree as the story grows out. I know where that is physically in my body, and then I can switch more continually on set, and it'll be entirely up to the player to determine what order those things come out and what they look like from a distance. Like if you're playing through it, the culmination of all of that will be their version of Connor.
I'm faster than you, and I don't feel pain. You don't stand a chance against me.
Listen, asshole. If it was up to me, I'd throw the lot of you in a dumpster and light a match to it.
Tourner les scènes d'action à...
Shooting action scenes at Quantic Dream is a real challenge, because these are scenes where the storytelling has to continue. It's not an action scene just to have a dose of adrenaline.
Yeah.
The stunts have huge consequences on the rest of the story. It's really a moment where we implicate the player and tell him that the choices he makes during an action scene will have a direct impact on the evolution of his story.
Wow. Oh, shit!
My biggest challenge on Detroit has been managing the large number of animations that we received from motion capture. Detroit features more than 37,000 animations, which is a huge amount to handle on a daily basis.
Yeah, that is a lot.
You have to realize that the player, in his first playthrough, will miss certain scenes. This also means that we had to think of, conceive, and produce all the potential story paths. The characters' costumes, the places, day or night, the weather. Did the character get shot in the shoulder? Did he get injured? All this consistency forced us to produce a lot of graphic assets in order to, quite simply, allow the player to have true continuity throughout the story.
Honestly, we were even surprised by the challenges that come with such a big tree structure, and we did our best to guarantee quality across all the game and make sure that whatever path you choose within this narrative space, you will have an equally good experience.
Wow! My God, the amount of work that they put, not just in this game, but with every single chapter. That's why it's not surprising that it took them 4 years to finish this game. Like, but you know what? Good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who wait. Anyway, be right back. I need a break. David Cage is our man, guys. He's our man. Okay, here we go. The Making of Detroit. Ooh, I'm excited for the Chloe one. But let's do this one first.
Detroit Become Human was produced over a period of 4 years. Here in Paris, we have a team of about 180 people. And to that, we need to add also all the outsourcing with our partners in the Philippines, in China, Vietnam, and in India.
So when we started working on this story, I had to imagine where Cara was built. And for whatever reason, the city of Detroit came very quickly to my mind because it had already an incredible story by itself of history and themes. So we traveled there with the team and we were really moved by what we saw, and we could really feel the desire to fight and really be born again. And we just continued this curve, this growth, and just imagine what Detroit would be like if the Android industry was, using these huge factories to build androids there.
A very strong element in Detroit is that there's a lot of industrial wasteland and a lot of nature too. And for us, the graphic designers, it was an incredible playground.
Yeah, they did have a lot of that.
The destroyed zones which we wanted to preserve, we appropriated them to turn into something else. Then in the areas that needed to be rebuilt, we were able to imagine our Detroit of the future.
Bro, the
We didn't
artwork
want to make
is
a
so
science fiction
pretty.
universe, but a world of anticipation. If we chose science fiction, we could have imagined flying cars, extraterrestrials, but those things are very far from our current everyday life. Anticipation is more about gleaning from our contemporary reality, the one we know, because Detroit is set in 2038, and 2038 is tomorrow.
2038
The
is
difficulty we
tomorrow.
had was sticking to reality. That is to say, technology becoming more and more invisible, a lot more elegant, and at the same time, making it visual.
You can imagine, I can imagine all of the memes
So all the computer equipment,
that are going to be
autonomous
created
cars, we
at
simply had to
2038
invent.
already.
They are in fact very technological objects, but at the same time remain very credible and ingrained in reality.
Exactly. They did such a good job with
To
that.
create a cohesive universe in the fashion and clothing of the human characters in 2038, I didn't want to put an accent on strange shapes, or really vibrant colors, and things we wouldn't know. That I wanted to keep for the androids. The goal was to create something familiar which we can identify with in this future setting. Working on the artistic direction for the androids was a bit special because this is a project about the place they could occupy in the human world. It was out of the question for them to be too beautiful or too perfect. They had to correspond to every social class, rich and poor. Inspired by everyday utilitarian clothes, I brought a modern touch by adding dynamic display surfaces, the armband we can see on the side, the triangle on the front and back,
Yeah,
an LED.
dude,
Like
that reminded
there's
me
no
so much
confusion.
of World War II.
All right, now, we need to go.
You can't do that. Why aren't you sending a real person?
Once we cast the actors, we travel to meet them in order to scan their faces. We record the structure of their face with the scan, and we record the colors and patches of skin with photography. Once we have this information, we will use this as a basis for modeling and creating the characters.
Even
the
the
artist will make it
insides
more
is-
realistic, but will also enrich it. He will propose ideas which we will develop together. Finally, we will have a character with character who corresponds to the project and the world. When the actors come to Quantic Dream, we show them the design, what their image will be, and what they will look like in the game. This
This
extra
music
information gives them another
is my
dimension
favorite
and color
music.
to connect with emotionally. It helps them think about how to play their character.
Your mission. That's all you care about, huh?
You should consult a professional who can help you.
Beat it, you hear me? Get the hell out of here!
So there are 3 types of shoots at Quantic Dream. Shooting and performance capture, where you capture the whole actor, his voice, his face, and his body. These shoots are obviously done with American actors because the game's original version is in American English. After that, there are the body-only shoots, representing around 250 days of filming, while the performance capture is 100 days of filming. Now, body-only shoots,
250
there are 2
days?
types. There are the action shoots and the technical shoots, which are mo-kit shoots. Mo-kit is when the player controls a character on the screen, and he moves in an environment to explore it.
Wow.
This is of particular importance at Quantic Dream, and therefore we shoot a lot to offer a unique context for each scene and each character.
To prepare a motion capture shoot, we first get together to look at the sets we need, the animations that we want to shoot, which ones need to be grouped together, or which ones need to be cut and shot at another time, so that we get the most out of the shooting day. This often means shooting scenes out of order, especially those with big props or accessories, like a big car, for example.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So we shoot all the animations related to that particular prop first. The biggest challenge for the mocap team was shooting a Spider-Man mo-kit. We had to build a wall and attach an actor to a harness with cables
the tower.
so we could pull him up and render him climbing.
Nice.
The shooting on this game took about, I would say, more than a year, between 1 and 2 years, with about 300 actors on set. So it's quite a massive production. But so much happened on this set between the stunts and the shootings with a little girl and all these great actors that we had. It was really a very, very memorable journey for the team and for myself.
Today, Detroit has over 37,000 animations. When we retrieve the motion capture data, it's just a cloud of points, which represent all the markers worn by the actors. From this cloud of points, we have a phase called retargeting, which gives us a skeleton. This skeleton will be applied to the characters of the game. There is still work to be done, but this gives us the main movements. Since we are working on something very realistic, we must recognize the actor and also recover all the emotion he expresses in his performance. We use a system of facts, an identity card for each actor. We make the actor do a whole range of facial expressions. Then we recover all the expressions and paste the animations on a puppet that Jan has prepared.
Wow.
I then recover and refine these poses. I might stretch the lip, reinflate a cheek, tiny details that make the finished product really capture the actor.
Because of the nature of our mocap system today, when we receive the animations, we're missing eye movements, and so the character has that dead look. He really has no eyes, so then it's a big part of the work for the animators
we
to
do.
find the
I
regard of
experienced
the
that.
actor in relation to his position,
Insane.
in relation to the body, etc.
But I think they did such a good job,
It was
though.
crazy when I saw the newest model for Cara, because they've been working on it, and this was the first time I literally jumped in my seat. It not only looked so much like me, It was the fact that it looked so lifelike. It wasn't that it looked just like it was a camera, it was something else, you know, but it looked alive. It's exciting and it's kind of terrifying.
Game after game, we learned the rules of optics and filming, and our goal with Detroit Become Human was to have cameras that would actually emulate the optics of a real physical camera. So basically dealing with real-world imperfections was our main task, and just to make cameras look as real as we can.
Once the animations are shot and processed by the animation department, integrated and polished, we film them. That is to say, we really do a mise en scène, as in cinema. The real difficulty of our job is to know if these cameras are telling us something. Are they in the emotion of the scene? Do they describe exactly what the action must convey? What must be felt?
That's cool!
The most important challenge for me was one of the final scenes where Marcus decides to start the revolution and go to the battlefield. Very quickly, we imagined this to be a huge sequence shot. We wanted the feeling of a cameraman running behind us while showing Marcus, the androids who help him,
oh my
the person
God,
shooting at
so
us,
good,
etc.
so good.
Above all, it was necessary to say to oneself, this scene is very violent but does not glorify war. On the contrary, that war is something improbable and absurd. It was really a fun challenge.
The idea was to say we have 3 characters. We would like each of them to have a specific cinematography. We wanted Cara to be much more filmed with some kind of handheld camera, to have something very living, very breathing. For Connor, we wanted something very cold and very perfect. And for Marcus, we wanted something epic and spectacular. So it was about the filming, but it was also about the photography. So we worked with a director of photography to give each character a different lighting, different key colors. Each of them would have their own worlds. And finally, we worked with the composers, so they would create a specific sound for each character, so each would have his own world and his own style.
Good call, good call. They really I mean, it's like they gave each character their own glam team and their own posse. And I'm speaking like that because that is the world that I was in back in the Philippines. And it's so, it paid off. It paid off because I feel like each character really did have their own characteristic to them, you know? Wow, I think this is my favorite video so far. My favorite video so far out of all of these. And when Shannon Curry wait, was that her name? I think when Miss Curry basically, what do you call this, said she got goosebumps seeing the final edit of Cara. Jeez, what does it feel to live my dream? I really want to experience that shit. I'm gonna go to auditions. Bahala na. Even if I get rejected 1 million times, I'm gonna go to auditions until I get a video game role myself. I remember my community, because I mentioned that in the stream, like, what would you do? I asked my community, guys, what would you do if you guys saw me in your video? And my community said, we'd stop playing. Assholes. Anyway, going back, soundtrack of Detroit. I'm excited for this one. Let's do it.
For the soundtrack of the game, we
everyone's
tried to be very
French in
close
this
to what is
team,
done
huh?
in film. We were constantly asking at each place in the game, why are we putting music here? What is it going to say? So we focused the music on bringing emotion, which is interactive and supports the character's arc.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know I love you, don't you? You know I love you.
Don't really show it well, Todd.
We make games that are very narrative. We're really into interactive drama, so the soundtrack also had to go in that direction, supporting the 3 characters' very different stories. We really wanted 3 colors, 3 musical sound identities, and from there, having 3 composers made sense, since the story of Cara, Marcus, and Connor are all completely different.
You recognize him? It's Carlos Ortiz.
For Connor, we wanted a soundtrack that could be very cold and very mechanical, very machine-esque somehow. For Cara, we wanted a soundtrack that would be very moving and emotional. It was about the quest for identity, but it was also a journey about love and empathy. And for Marcus, we wanted something epic, something that would really represent the grand aspect of his quest. And we were very fortunate to find three
Maybe that's why I love
incredibly
Cara's
talented
soundtrack the
composers, and
most.
working with them has been a dream, honestly.
My name's Philip Shepherd, and I'm a composer and a cellist and a producer. And today we're at Abbey Road Studio One, which is my favourite studio in the world. And today we're recording the soundtrack for Cara from Become Human. So when I compose a big project, I often travel just to kind of get out, and get some fresh air and some inspiration. And I go hiking and traveling in Montana a lot. I had a log fire in the room that I was staying in, and the flames were kind of making absolutely direct music. And it became the basis for Cara's theme, and it sounds something like this. Now, over the top of that, I found a little theme that just seemed to fit over the top, which is taking Cara's name, Cara, Cara, and just using like a two-syllable motif, and it sounds like this.
We're going to pull through this, Alice. As long as we're together, nothing can hurt us.
And all the time that's fitting over. So it kind of works in lots of levels. And in fact, every single theme in the score has one of those elements built into it, and it becomes sort of the DNA of every single tune. For me, writing this
is my favorite
theme
part.
for Cara, I actually had to tap into what it feels like to be a father to daughters. I really had to tap into everything I feel about my daughters and thinking, well, if I had to write music for them and that sense of trying to protect them but also give them the freedom, that's totally where it came from. Because each composer has been given the sort of narrative responsibility for very different characters, I haven't had to sort of go into other styles. I can actually be very loyal to this particular character and sort of hopefully encapsulate her. But it means also I've suddenly become very connected to this character. And if for some reason it goes to game over early, I'm getting mortified.
They're over there!
Starting a new project for me personally, it's always finding the right tone, finding the right color, I like to call it.
It kind of sounds like Connor a bit as well.
Texture that actually sits against picture really well. One of the biggest things is I created custom instruments for Connor. I pulled out all my vintage synthesizers to be able to capture this robotic person, if you will. My approach to all of these custom instruments is that I hear the sound in my head. And either I could just come into the piano and just be like, all right, so I'm gonna just get on the computer and just create it. I rather be able to play these instruments physically.
Oh, that's nice. You can do the...
As soon as you see Connor the first time, there is a
quick time event.
Thematic idea that you hear, and that's just made out of a Moog synthesizer, but completely manipulated in multiple ways. And it's robotic. It has a little bit of an emotional to it. He's on his mission, so you feel that as well. So it just kind of gives you that cold, motionless, with a mission in hand that you kind of feel throughout the whole thing.
I just realized that family lived on the 70th floor. Damn, high-rise living.
Because the music evolved, one of the things that I was very weary and I was very kind of focused on was the way that the music has to evolve. So my idea behind it was that Connor is a singular android that could at any point become a deviant or could actually stay as an android. So I created a more or less an Connor theme, and then I was able to just manipulate it in different aspects of it.
Is everything okay, Lieutenant?
Chris was on patrol last night. He was attacked by a bunch of deviants.
I'm a human being writing for a robot, and throughout Connor's journey, he meets someone, he meets a partner. So how do you deal with a robot feeling? And I've met a partner that I'm gonna work with, or all of a sudden he sees a dead body. Does this robot have an imagination? Does this robot have a feeling? And if
They did such a good job with that dead body, by the way.
Non-emotional music. So it basically at any point I was just like, I can't do this, and then I just do it.
Property was damaged and fires continue to rage in several major districts across the city.
Some people are asking, have androids become a threat to our security?
When I first started really digging in on Marcus, the one thing that I really tried to capture was the transformation process. You know, Marcus is this android that evolves over the course of the game and really goes from kind of figuring out that he's more than just an android. You know, he's starting to develop kind of a human soul in a way.
Try to imagine something that doesn't exist, something you've never seen. Now concentrate on how it makes you feel and let your hand drift across the canvas.
The other side of Marcus that I really latched onto was that he almost became a savior for a lot of the other androids in the game. So when I started developing the theme for Marcus, I really made it like a church hymn.
That makes sense. A church hymn for Marcus.
I wanted to make it a chordal melody. I really wanted to make it almost like a Bach hymn. The tough thing with that is it had to be recognizable. If I made it too complex from a harmonic standpoint, it would be hard, I think, for people to kind of pick it out and recognize it. It's very acoustic derived, but it's also been treated with a lot of effects and things to kind of put it into the space that I felt the sound should be in. It can be beautiful, it can be haunting, it can be extremely powerful from an action standpoint, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out.
Wait a minute.
Is there, but it's.
I saw Simon jump off that building.
And people are feeling
Wait,
it.
is there an
and it's
option
not
that she doesn't get shot?
And that's tricky with a game like this, where you have to have a lot of ins and outs like that, where the music kind of has to get in and out at these moments.
This is a war we're fighting with the humans. If we fail, they'll destroy us.
I think the game's been put together so well, where I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't ruining the emotion. I gotta be honest, when we first started on this path, I've said, oh man, this could be pretty messy, you know? I mean, it could feel disconnected, but I mean, it's amazing how they really guided us and got us to really kind of all be in the same world, but at the same time feeling completely different. So it's really gonna stand out and kind of be one of those games where people are really gonna notice the music and kind of how it was crafted and, you know, and all the hard work that went into being able to pull it off in a graceful way.
Ooh, that flew by. Like, I was listening to each and every one of them talk so well, and yeah, so good, so good. Who knew that with Marcus? Okay, here were the things that stood out to me with Cara, how the composer had to really dig deep and kind of, what do you call this? Think of how the music would be like as if it was his own daughters and how he would want to protect them. Like, yes, I felt that. I felt that. My favorite part with Cara's theme was, I can't do it with my voice, but it's so good. That was my Cara's theme is actually my favorite, and for them to say that it was really supposed to evoke empathy and love and the journey of it being emotional, like, yeah, maybe that's why I was always kind of drawn to it the most, because every time I heard it, I felt so emotional watching on the screen. I'm watching what I was seeing on the screen with Marcus. It stood out to me that the composer said he took inspiration out of church hymns. Like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense, because he mentioned how for these people they saw Marcus as his savior, as their savior and as their leader. That's why, and yeah, oh nga no, like that's so smart. Yeah. And with Connor, it surprised me that throughout, well, I mean, maybe at the beginning that it had to be mechanical because he was a robot and he had to be like the latest model for them to kind of anticipate him becoming a deviant, them being able to override him again even from afar. That was very smart. So it was actually also very fitting for Connor. I found it amazing and very indicative of how devoted the composer is when he created his own instruments for Connor's theme. That was actually very good. Anyway, let's go on for last four. But I wanna, yay, we're gonna see Chloe Shore. Let's do it. Song takes place.
For starters, what should I call you?
I'm Chloe. And you, what's your name?
Oh, John. My name is John.
Delighted to meet you, John.
Could you tell us a little about yourself and what you can do, Chloe?
Of course. I'm the first personal assistant built by CyberLife. I take care of most everyday tasks like cooking, housework, or managing your appointments, for example.
Wow.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. But it was a really interesting experience.
But this is the first time in history that man has created a machine more intelligent than himself. I gather your brain can perform several billion operations per second, is that right?
Absolutely, but I only exist thanks to the intelligence of the humans who designed me. And they have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
What the fuck? That's some horror movie shit right there. They have something I could never have. A soul.
A soul.
She just smiled. Creepy. That was way too short though. I kind of wish I had more. Let's just replay it again because there was something that I didn't get to. It takes place before the story of the game. Before the story of the game. She sounds different though compared to the Chloe that we met in the title screen. Yeah, she sounds different. Probably a different voice actor. But damn. I love you, Chloe. I love you. So classy, this girl. I love her. Okay, next up, let's go for Luther. 3, 2, 1, go. Before the story of the game. Ooh, okay. Probably with Zlatko. Let's go. Wow, look at how realistic that looks.
Hold on, just a little while longer. Hold on, just a little while longer. Hold on, just a little while longer. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. Fight on, just a little while longer. Fight on, just a little while longer. Fight on, just a little while
just a little while longer. Sing on, just a little while longer. Sing on, just a little while longer. Everything will be alright.
Ooh. Good job, Luther. I didn't know Luther could sing. It was pretty good. Damn. That was it? I wanted more. I hope. Oh, wait, here, Zlatko. Zlatko, not Zlatsko. So here we go. We have Kamsky and Zlatko. Check out Zlatko. It's before the story of the game. Okay. Oh, wow.
Rock-a-bye baby in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come baby, cradle and all. Rock-a-bye baby in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come baby, cradle and all. Rock-a-bye baby in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come baby, cradle and all.
Damn, he could be a killer in Dead by Daylight with all the androids that he messed up. I thought we would see Zlatko talk here and something, but it really... They got their point across that Zlatko is a crazy man with that trailer of his. Ooh, okay, Kamsky. Time for Kamsky. All takes place before the story of the game.
In the space of a few years, androids have completely transformed the world in which we live. By letting androids into our homes and factories, the CyberLife company has made them everyday technology. The founder of CyberLife, Elijah Kamsky, is a very discreet man. Despite being the CEO of the highest valued company in the world and being voted Man of the Year by Century Magazine, he remains a mystery for most people. That's why we at KNC are so excited to be here as CyberLife opens its doors for the first time. Elijah Kamsky, could you please tell us where we are?
Certainly, and welcome. We're currently in CyberLife's production center in Detroit, where all models are designed and manufactured. More than 10,000 androids come off the production line every day.
Fascinating. Could you tell us what your goal was when you founded CyberLife?
Well, I simply wanted to use technology to carry out all of our most annoying and repetitive tasks, so we'd have more time to enjoy life.
Actually, that's a good goal.
Challenges.
Yes, there were technical challenges, But the hardest thing was to design an object that we would want to welcome into our homes. We had to imagine a machine in our own image that resembles us in every way, that moves, breathes, blinks like us, but yet is smarter and more capable than any human being. Let me show you around.
We're here in production unit 4.
He looks like a Ken
Could you
doll,
explain
that
in a few words how the
android.
androids are made?
Sure, yeah, it's very simple. We use machines to manufacture machines. The removable parts are assembled on a production line, and then we apply a synthetic skin to the whole body. A human operator checks the cognitive abilities with a pre-established protocol, and finally, the android is conditioned and sent out throughout the country. Here's the result.
I've never seen this model
Say
before.
something.
Hello, I am a RZ400 model. How can I be of service?
You can go now. Our androids are already replacing humans in many fields. For example, they represent more than 80% of all university professors and 63% of all medical staff. Tomorrow they'll replace our soldiers, and who knows, maybe one day, our leaders, to make the best decisions in humanity's interest.
What? That's pushing it, dude. I mean,
Replacing
yeah, it
humans
kind
with
of
machines has led
is
to
now.
record unemployment of 28%. What do you think about the situation?
Okay. The first steam engines also caused an increase in unemployment. But no one today would imagine turning back the clock. Artificial intelligence makes everyday lives easier. Nothing can stop progress. What's happening here is inevitable.
Thanos, is that you?
These days, more and more people choose to live with an android rather than another human being. Does this development worry you?
Everything's much easier with an android.
I bet. I bet.
They obey your orders without ever complaining. They can cook, discuss philosophy with you, have intimate relationships according to your desires. They never say no. Obviously, they are the perfect partner. Everyone deserves happiness. Why deprive yourself of so-called moral reasons when a machine can make you happy?
Many science fiction books tell the story of how machines become more intelligent than us and end up confronting us. Aren't you worried about that possibility?
I understand the irrational fears about artificial intelligence, but I assure you that will never happen with a CyberLife android. They're designed to obey humans. They're machines. They can't ever develop any sort of desires or form of consciousness.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely certain.
Ah.
You can trust me.
Ah. Famous last words. Well, no, he didn't die, but I have so many thoughts on that very last video. It's so good that they ended with that one. Like, this was the very final one because there's so many things to discuss in that one. How... Also, can we just also mention how they keep mentioning how they could, you could use them, like, for adult stuff as well, and... How weird. That's weird. Right? Isn't that kind of weird? Anyway, I really liked his... Let's put the video on Kamsky. Let's start with how he had such a good vision in mind, because having lived here in the States and being an immigrant, for that matter, from the Philippines, and full disclosure, it's very easy to hire help in the Philippines, or like to get help, because labor is cheap. I mean, I'm just gonna call it a spade a spade. Labor is cheap. Whether it's right or wrong, that's a topic for another day. Having moved here to the Philippines, having moved here to the States, you start to realize that you do everything on your own. And at first, you know, it didn't bother me, because I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. It's not like I complain, or it's not like I'm, you know, I'm fine with it. But if you've been doing it for every single day for a year, it gets to a point where, shucks, I know I have to do this, but I have to do other stuff. It's so freaking tiring. Like, it's demanding of your time and effort, and sometimes you have to do it. You know, someone could just say in the comment section, then don't do it, and don't wash the dishes if you don't want to wash the dishes, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. But you guys are missing the point. It's something that you have to do because it's also for your own mental health. How would that affect you mentally or maybe even physically if you have a dirty house? You could, you know, it's not news that you could get sick if you have a dirty home, right? So in a way, you kind of have to do it, and in a way you want to do it because it makes you feel good if you have a clean house, right? But that's just one aspect. Think of all the other things, having to go out to do groceries, or having to if you have pets, having to walk your dogs every day. Even though I love them, even though I love you guys, okay? Even though I love my babies, it takes time. It takes time, and that's why, you know, that was such a good goal. That's such a good, and that's such a good, and to add to it, realistic goal to have for a company like CyberLife, where, you know, they just wanted to create an Android that could help with mundane things. But then they kept pushing it, like to the point of, I guess, what do you call that? Companionship. And he was even mentioning how we could have leaders as androids. I'm like, as much as I love technology, I love gadgets, guys, but an android for a president, that's too much. Won't it be too much? Anyway, it's such a good game. Such a good game. Let's go to gallery and let's spend some points. I want to buy, first of all, our favorite looks. We're gonna buy Bad Boy Connor. Now what would happen? Oh my god. Connor infiltration. Oh wow! We can check out what. Okay, and then what does variation mean? Oh, like variation if it's night or day. Oh my god! We can look at how close we are. Connor, don't look at me like that. Ano ba? Joke. Hide details. Wait, what hide details? Of the thing. As last attempt at solving the deviant, Connor disguised himself as a deviant for the purpose of infiltrating Jericho and confronting the deviant leader. Show list. Yo! Look at how close they are. He is to my face. Okay, I also want to get Beanie Cara because it's freaking adorable. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's raining. What in the world? Oh, variation. Wow. Okay. Oh, it changes automatically on where you are, I guess. Okay, let's just buy the characters that we want. Ooh, we'll get our blondie Cara. We'll also get our man Luther. My girl Rose. Yo. Yo, look at all the different looks Marcus has. Oh, Kamsky looks different here. Let's get that. Oh, we're getting all of the Chloes. Nice. Who in the world are these people? I don't remember this guy. Is this Carlos Ortiz? Wait, it's Carlos Ortiz alive. I just kind of want to see what he looks like alive. Oh no! We only got the dead of it. Oh my god! I wouldn't have spent my points on this. Well, I did say that they did a good job with how dead he looks, so. Oh, Sumo! Good boy, Sumo! Can we pet him? Oh, we can't pet him. Look at Sumo, he's so cute. Oh my god, look at how realistic that looks. Except for the tongue, though. Who's this? I don't remember this guy. Oh, the bear! Oh my god, I'm so sorry I got you killed, baby. What in the world? Oh, wow. Oh, I want to get Cara. No, what in the world are these? Cool, cool, cool. A pigeon! We can get the pigeon! Let's get the pigeon! Oh my god! Wow, look at you! You must be hungry. Wish we could give it food. So I basically bought all of the animals. Android or not. Got Chloe. Okay, let's get one Alice. Oh, let's get good guy Hank. There we go. Oh, let's get one Marcus. I was like, I'm not getting a single Marcus. Let's get... Wow, we got a lot of good ones. Let's get... I think this is my favorite outfit of his. Let's get Carl. Oh, this was him from his night out. Wow. Okay, let's get Josh too, and maybe. Let's get all of the Cara. Man, I wonder what this one is. I think it's Connor. But like, what outfit of Connor? And what outfit of... Ay, ay, ay. This actually was really good. I like this outfit of Cara. Oh, look at her smile. Oh, Alice! Okay. Alright, let's check out the artwork. We spent all that money, let's go check out the artwork. Ooh, we get 30 photos in each one! Nice. I'm just gonna skim right through all of them, and if anything pops out, then we're gonna talk about it. So this is Detroit. I've never been to Detroit. I kind of want to go to Detroit now. Oh wait, this was the first fight. I guess it was supposed to happen during the daylight, and they changed it to night. SWAT team. Wow. Who's the guy sitting on the table? Was that supposed to be the dad first, I guess? Connor. Oh, these were his other outfit option. Ala! Look at that guy. I don't know who this guy is, but his LED light is way up on his eyebrow. Shouldn't it be just here? Oh, this is supposed to be the... This was supposed to be the first, we call this babysitter. Hostage guy. They did such a good job with this, the SWAT uniform. I like it. Oh, remember with Cara's scene where she first opened her eyes and we were in the store? I noticed right away that a lot of the salespeople look alike, so I'm guessing they were androids. But here in the original artwork, it seems like they were gonna go with humans. I guess it makes much more sense that they would go with androids though. Because it's like, if you already have an android shop, why don't you use the product to kind of endorse that you're selling the product? You know what I mean? Oh. Wow. Oh, that's Alice. The original Alice, the first Alice. I like her little nightlight, the panda nightlight. I want one. Oh, that's Alice. Oh, that's Cara, the first Cara, I guess. Wow! Look at the stuffed toys. I'm glad they went with the fox. Wow. This was the first Cara. I like the car that we have. Oh, we're done. Oh, we're done already. Okay, next one. Back to Marcus. We're gonna do Marcus now. And look, it's Cara again on the CyberLife poster. The paint shop. Going on. Wow, this room almost looks exactly alike to a T. Oh wait, you know what? Look at that. I like how the window goes all the way up. But I mean, like, if you weren't living alone and I guess you were an artist, if you had a wife, it would be nice if your wife could just look over and see if you're working on something and then go back to bed when she sees that you're busy. Oh, Carl's room. Where is this? I don't remember seeing this. Jimmy's bar! Oh my gosh, Connor! And Hank, where they first met. Oh, the crime scene. I love the artwork here. They did such a good job of making the raindrops look like the way they are. It looks so soft to me. I think therefore I am. They probably thought that was too long and I Am Alive is like just so much more straight to the point. Wow, what a pigsty. I mean, if the android wasn't gonna get him, this house would. He was probably depressed though. Like, that is a thing. Like, I think I saw that. The term is depression room. And it's supposed to describe a room or whatever that is so definitely needs some TLC in terms of deep cleaning. Oh wow. Why did we jump straight to Carl here? Leo! They did such a good job of making him look like a spoiled, entitled son. I swear to God. Why did they make Marcus look like this? It looks like he's walking carefree. He looks too carefree for me. Oh, wow. Oh, the detective. Oh, this is Carlos Ortiz. This is Carlos Ortiz while he was still alive. Detroit Police Forensic Department. Of Hank in his car. Police X. Oh, we're done. Wow, we're just flying through all of the artwork. I'm kind of surprised. Pack. Oh, Amanda's guard. I like this. I really like this photo. It's so pretty. Detroit Police Department. Oh, that's Connor. This is Connor. Okay. Wow. Oh my god, I'm guessing this was supposed to be the very first Amanda. She reminds me of that British actress. I forgot her name. But she reminds me of that. She's usually in the James Bond movies as well. Oh. Yeah, I can imagine Amanda in any of these outfits. Except for the black ones. I feel like Amanda would have really seen herself as something pure, so I don't think she would wear anything other than white or a light colored outfit. Police. Is this really necessary? I guess they had to depict what the boss would look like if he was getting pissed off with Hank. East. Ooh, Cara. I guess when they were trying to look for a shelter. Oh, snap. Gas station. Ah, this is if they went the house route. Oh, and this is if they went in the hotel. Okay. Let's just check it out because I feel like it's gonna be different anyway when I replay it. Dragon Pawn Shop. Oh, this is if they stayed in the abandoned house. That's Cara, that's Alex. This is too... Yeah, Cara would have never been able to wear this because I think it's giving off, like, she has money. This one, though, is really good. Oh, I wonder why they censored his face. Who is this? God. Oh, but I think this was the initial... I forgot his name, but the crazy android who almost threatened... Well, he didn't threaten Alice. He was just mentally unwell, but yeah. I wonder who this guy is, though. Okay, back 4. Oh. Oh, this must be Jericho. Oh, this was Marcus rising up again from all the other androids. Wow, look at all these androids. Drugs, Sean's coffee. Artin. Oh, abandoned house, abandoned house. Wow. Oh my god, there was something in the bathtub! I should have checked that out. But that's Cara. And of course, she wouldn't have been able to smell it. She was an android. Oh wait, no. She should be able. I'm guessing androids can have a sense of smell. 11. Oh, this was during the car chase. Oh, there could have been an accident? I bet they decided not to put that in. Wow. Yo! Oh, that's how... Like, the leashes are kind of weird, though. I don't think an android would have had any blood-looking thing on its skin at all. Wow, look at that. Or, yeah, maybe they could just reenact that. Like, fake it, fake blood and everything. Dude, this is so cool. Oh, this is the part where we had to put ourselves back together again. And even the legs. Whoa. Oh, okay. Let's just go back. Back. Oh, when we met up at the diner. I remember this. The chicken truck. Oh. Ooh. Oh, this was the chase scene. Cool. Dude, I love this chase scene. It was so fun. These are all just chase scenes. Oh, this is the guy that we were chasing after. 1637. I guess these were the people just working at the plant. It's cool though that they even paid attention to that detail. And even all the gadgets that they used. Which we just literally passed through because we ran through them. Ferndale Station. Oh, this was when we were trying to look for Jericho. Oh, okay. So from the very... I thought it was gonna be a building first, like what we saw earlier. But I guess from the very beginning, they kind of knew that they wanted Jericho to be a ship, huh? You cannot tell me that does not look like Rihanna. That looks like Rihanna! Man. Imagine if we saw Rihanna in Detroit Become Human. That she does. She looks a little bit like Rihanna. I guess at first they wanted to... Okay, so these are all the possible options that they... looks that they had for her. Wow. Oh, the gang! North. Josh, Simon. Oh, wait. Was I? Was that all of them? Yeah, that was all of them. Ooh. Okay. Ah, Zlatko! Ugh, this guy. I hate this guy. Very creepy looking house though, look at that. And it's not really managed well. You would think he would at least have 3 working androids to help keep the house clean. What was this? Oh my god, there was gonna be a video camera for, I guess, initially, but I guess they took that out because that would be so weird. The writers probably thought, what if the player managed to escape? And then, of course, the viewers saw that. They would inform Zlatko. Anyway. Ah, this is what Zlatko was supposed to look like first. Oh, the bear. I'm glad he was always in the plans. Luther. Oh, I love all of his hairstyles. Any of these would have worked. Zlatko. Oh wait, they kind of kept the original design actually. That's good. That's cool. Oh, this is the Russian roulette one. Sumo. Hank's face whenever he has to scratch his head. Nice. Ooh, Eden's Club. Prostitutes, all the... Well, not prostitutes. I guess we could just call them androids. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, from the very beginning, they knew that they wanted 2 girl androids. Nice. Guessing these were the first bikini first lingerie models that they thought to use. CyberLife bus, what the bus was gonna look like. North, Simon, Josh, Marcus. Okay. Wow, even for the blue blood, they had like these models for the blood bags. Oops. Pirates Cove! Oh, that's Luther, Alice, and Cara. Huh? Yo! I like how the 2 other androids are just smiling. Yes, we're in an abandoned amusement park, but there's a kid around. Stratford Tower. Ooh. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Look at that. Look at that, like with the trees draping around the boat. Connor rowing the boat, Amanda the passenger. Yes, this is the security guard. The other, that is a nice dress. Uniform dress, I guess. I guess this is what the other androids would look like. No, that tie would, no. I don't think a company would let their employees, especially like, nah, not that tie. Ooh, I guess that's North. Looks so cool. Ah, and this was probably the first time, because I think Marcus giving out his message was the first time we ever saw what the androids look like without their skin. So I'm guessing they were trying to decide what they would look like. The black one would have come off as a bit too scary, so I think white was a good choice, or like silver shiny. Ooh. Oh my god, I remember this. Oh, and we met Rose. Oh, they had a dog. They were supposed to have a dog. Aw, sayang. See, this house, I mean, this is how my house usually is. It's kind of like, this is, I feel like a normal American house, where it's kind of like, it's kept clean and organized, but you know, there's still some things that can be put away and tucked away. The thing with me is I want my house spotless. So it bothers me if it's not perfect. Oh look, there's gonna be a cat. There was supposed to be a cat. Upstairs. I guess this is what the sun was supposed to look like at first, and that's what Rose was supposed to look like at first. Oh, I remember this when they were breaking out the androids from the shops. Okay, all right. Ah, they even had, oh my god, they even had like the statue design. They were thinking of what it would look like. The bowing thing would have been, yeah, I wouldn't have liked that. I like the design they originally came up with. Ooh, this is North and Marcus's moment when they became lovers. Almost instantaneously. Oh, okay. Their freedom march. Oh, so this is what would happen if we fought back. Okay, and then we have Kamsky. Oh, he was supposed to have a statue, I guess, in the middle of the room. Oh, Chloe! Oh, these were the designs. So this was the one that they had in the game. I guess this was another proposal. Dude, from the very start, they actually already knew what they wanted Chloe to look like. I like that. I need to find a dress like this. I need to find a dress like this. Kamsky. It's giving me Steven Spielberg. Amanda. Oh, I guess another proposal. Evidence server, Detroit police station. Ah, I remember this. Connor's last chance. Oh, this was if Marcus visited Carl in the hospital. This was in the church. Jericho. Whoa, look at that. The Jericho raid was like just a massacre, dude. These ships though, they did something right with these aircrafts, not ships. The last photo pack! You know what? It's giving me Erdtree. It's like that looks like an Erdtree from Elden Ring. Wow. Dude. Oh my gosh. These were the concentration camps. Yo. That is a good photo. That is a good photo, Marcus. I really like that. That's wallpaper. That's wall screen material right there. Because I mean, it's such a good thing to see, you know, when you're working on your computer, just Marcus fighting for his freedom. And how can represent how I'm fighting for my sanity. When it comes to work. I really like these helmets that they have for soldiers and police. I feel like, you know, it could work both ways. Like, it's protection for your head, for your face, but also it protects your identity, I guess, especially against mobs or, you know, citizens who are really mad at the police. Because sometimes at the end of the day, I have to think that policemen are just doing their jobs, but yeah, yeah. Oh, these were the choices. I'm glad they went with the design that they did. Yeah, this is better. I remember that episode from How I Met Your Mother where Ted's boss basically created a building that looked like a peen. Wait, was that? Yeah, I think that was the last one. Aww. No more artwork! So we're gonna do the second playthrough on another episode. Again, we won't be doing it from the very start. We'll probably just be playing it from the key pivotal moments because I want to see what happens in those moments. And yeah. I really like Detroit Become Human. They did such an amazing... In terms of choice-based games, this has got to be the best choice-based game that I have played so far. I wouldn't say I've played a lot, but I have played a handful. It's not the usual, oh, you're gonna cry because somebody you love died and all that stuff, kind of like with Lee, even though, you know, still I love The Walking Dead. Can't help but appreciate the lore behind Detroit Become Human. And I know it's just set in, you know, this modern day and age, but they create these amazing parallels to what our world is right now, to what our world could be in the future, not specifically in 2038, because at this point, I'd be surprised if at 2038 we had androids already. I would have, you know, not complaining. At 2038, I'd be in my prime years, but I probably would buy an Android for myself at home. Bravo, Detroit Become Human, and to everyone on the team, because you all did such an amazing job. From the actors, from the composers, producers, directors, the writers, the animators. To be... Now I kind of want to play Heavy Rain, which is actually one of their games as well. One of Quantic Games. One of Quantic games as well. And you guys also did recommend that game to me, so it should be fun. It should be fun. Anyway, I'm gonna end the episode right here. So as always, if you guys like this episode, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.